dominate. I believe we gonna dominate. Dominate.
Hi, this is Marva Nichols, Miss GSU 1991-92, and I have the Grambling State University offensive line coach, Coach Robert Valdez, here with me on the HueDat Podcast tonight. How are you doing, Coach Valdez?
I'm good. It feels good to be kind of on a streak right now. So all's well ends well.
Yes, it was great seeing you in Dallas at the State Fair Showdown. It was an exciting evening for the G-Men. Tell us what it was like midway into the fourth quarter when you could feel that confirmed victory.
It was good. This one's a little personal for me. My sister and my brother-in-law are graduates of the school we beat. I don't like to say their name and whatnot. So they're graduate. No, but we needed that one. We needed to get a big road win. We needed to validate ourselves in terms of the progress and improvement that we're doing with our program and with our young men. And, the trajectory of getting Grambling back on track to where it belongs in the national spotlight and the tradition and the winning and those things that are just synonymous with Grambling State football.
Absolutely. What was it like in the locker room at the Cotton Bowl Stadium?
It was special. It never gets old, no matter how long you've been doing this and where you've been, just to see the enthusiasm, the euphoria from the players, because we work hard. Everybody understands. And I tell people, football players and coaches work hard all over the country, but it's where you're at that only you see those guys. And, through the triple-digit camp weather, trials and tribulations of, just the season and, the things that come your way and the hard work, the attention to details, the meetings, the practice, the game planning and whatnot. Just to see it all come together and being able to pull out a victory and seeing the celebration when you basically just let all your emotions out and you just for a little pocket of time, you just let it out and just have fun. And I think the guys did that. I think we as coaches allowed, just them to have their moment and give them their moment, because you have to give, when you work hard, you have to earn it. And so it was good. It was real good. And it's just a feeling that we like to keep, replicating or duplicating or doing over and over again.
Absolutely. The energy on the field and in the stands on the Grambling side was exhilarating, and it was just pure elation for Coach Hugh Jackson and the G-Men, but Coach especially, me doing the show with him last year and Coach and I becoming friends and having, sidebar conversations about his desires and his plan for the program and for us to finally put it together at the State Fair Classic. It was truly a moment for him and for you all, but just up close, it was just phenomenal, and I was glad to be a part of it. So, all right, let's get to it. Grambling, we currently boast, the number one offense in the SWAC, right? And can you talk about the role that the offensive line has played in achieving the success and how they have contributed to the team's high-scoring performances?
It's just a group of young men that we're very proud, and just a little bit of a note of caution for everyone. We're young. We're very young up front. We're basically mostly sophomores on the offensive line, and those young men have really worked hard. It's a second year, and it's a new system. We were under one system last year, and we had to grasp a new system this year and be able to grasp it real fast. So we're doing some things that we have some similarities. Some of the guys played last year. Like I said, you look on the field, you see a Melvin Priestley, you see a Ashante Cole, a Taj Martin. Those guys played. Corey Hornsby played, and then you interject, Jawan Singletary that came in. He's playing. And, those guys are really, really getting together and giving us their best. And we're still a work in progress. We still haven't been able to put together our best, which is very, very encouraging and inspiring because we're still reaching to try to get our best. But the offensive line is basically very important for the success because we need to be able to protect the quarterback first and foremost. We need to be able to open lanes for the running backs first and foremost. Last week we ran 91 plays, so that's a lot. That's a lot, to be able to have those guys out there. But nobody complained. Everybody just snapped their chin straps and went to work. So, like I said, just hopefully we can continue to build and continue to get better as the season goes.
Yes, you all are phenomenal. However, we've been penalized quite a bit, and so we know that discipline is often a crucial factor for consistent success. And so how do you prepare the offensive line to maintain discipline and focus in every game?
Well, I think that those are things that you have to be able to control. I think there's a discipline and there's a football discipline. I think that and understanding football discipline is making sure that you don't do things that's going to be self-harming or damaging to the team. And then you have your internal discipline, things that you know right from wrong, and be able to do those things. I think that what happens in football is that we are, as coaches, we challenge our young men to give us that extra effort, to give us that extra push, give us that extra things. And sometimes they go a little bit above and beyond those things and whatnot. And I don't, some things can be controlled. Some things are just, a bit of, in the heat of battle, you kind of get a little bit caught up, but you have to be able to control those emotions. You have to be able to control that and not put yourself in those situations that may hurt the team. I'm talking about last week, we go down the field, first two drives, we could have probably been up 14-0, and then we sputtered because of penalties and whatnot. So we just got to get our young men to understand that. And, that, like I said, is part of our job with the discipline and all that, and making sure that we do the things that we need to get done. We address it, we talk about it, we have self-imposed and things that we do to try to, control it, but we just got to just minimize that, because it's going to come to a certain point where in a game, and especially these games that we're going to be playing, and, I only speak on the next opponent, it's going to be a very, very intense game this coming week with Alcorn, because both teams have a lot riding for this game, so we cannot give those guys any extra opportunities.
None. We can't do it.
Right.
And so it's good to hear, our fan base is concerned about the penalties, and I always have to ask. Yeah, absolutely. Because they're saying, why is this happening? And, and so it's always good to hear we heard from Melvin last week, and we're hearing from you this week. And so thank you for letting us know that our linemen are young. You all are putting things in place to and creating standards, or already had standards, and steadily driving them to those standards. Because like you said, it will end up hindering us against formidable opponents, or in a situation where we're in a championship situation. And I believe we will be in a championship. And so we can't make those mistakes. And they're just so really minute, but they're causing us a lot of just misfortune.
No, we don't shy away from, owning it. And that's the things that we, like I said, are definitely one of the major things that we have to improve, and those things like that. And, just tell our guys, we want them to be aggressive. We want them to get after it. We want them, I don't want a horse that I have to giddy up. I want a horse that I have to tell whoa from time
Come on, coach.
I don't need, and so therefore within the normal restraints of the game, that's when the discipline kicks in. And I think that, there's no excuses. Our youth has to be able to understand, the implications of our actions, and then be able, the good things that we do would be overshadowed by the small things that we don't do, correctly. So we're going to just keep working at it, and, just keep getting at it. But, the biggest thing about it is I tell all our fans, that we're going to get after it. We're going to get after it. We're going to get after it. We're going to get after it, and then we're going to sort them out after we finish with them.
I know that's I love to hear it. I really do. Now, let me ask you this. When it comes to in-game adjustments, how do you communicate with your offensive line during the game to address any challenges or changes in the defensive strategy that may arise?
Well, what we do is we do a very good job of preparing our kids for what potentially they're going to see. So therefore, every series, they come on the sideline, and the first question I ask them, hey, guys, are they doing what we thought they were going to be doing? Are they lining up the way we thought they're going to be lining up? If there's anything that's different, we need to know. And I like to hear from them. I like to hear from the guys that's on the field. Then we have got coaches upstairs that are telling us, okay, coach, they may be doing this, they may be doing that. And then we just adjust to what we see, what they see, what the players see first, and then what the coaches are seeing upstairs. And then we talk about what potentially we're going to do in the next series. This is what we're going to look for. This is the things that we're looking to do. This is, where we're trying to target, what we're trying to do with the ball. So it's constant communication. I myself try to just I tell my guys, that you don't coach on game day. Your coaching job has to be done before the game. All you do on game day is just manage the situations. And therefore, we get our young men on the sideline. We talk about what it is that what we're doing, what works, what mistakes that we made. And I always tell them, I said, look, just be honest, just own it and just let's talk about it so we can fix it. And they've done a good job of saying, well, coach, I thought I saw this, I could have done that, so open lines of communications and trust. I think that there has to be trust because they have to know that you care for them and for them to be honest. And then we always try to be honest with them and whatnot. So, I tell the guys, look, if you're hurt, then let me know because you're hurting us if you're not 100%. So, so we have a very good job. And then after a couple of minutes, I kind of let them, talk amongst themselves. Because I'm not on the field with them. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's kind of guided instruction. So therefore, once we identify, once we draw it on the board and talk about those things, then I let them start talking about how they're going to make their adjustments and what do they see and how they're going to be able to fix it. And it's been working for us. That formula has been working for us. And I don't think that we have been totally, completely surprised yet, by anybody that we played in terms of what it is that they're doing defensively.
Well, I tell you one thing, QB Crawley has been very comfortable for the most part. And
that's our job.
Yeah, and you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job in the trenches. Now, talking about Alcorn, their defensive line led by players like Tyler Smith, who has been quite impressive this season with 20 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. How do you assess their defensive front, and what challenges do they present our offensive line?
Well, they're very agile, athletic. They're not really huge in size. We've played teams that have had bigger guys. We felt that like a Texas Southern had some really big guys. Prairie View wasn't extremely big. So Alcorn is going to come in with guys that are quick, they're athletic, they move around a lot. They try to create confusion in your blocking scheme by their movement and those things like that. And there's a madness to their chaos, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to confuse you and get you out of your comfort zone. The biggest thing for us is just to be able to maintain our rules and our assignments and be able to understand how to apply our rules and our assignments, how to be patient, how to be able to identify the different looks that they're going to give, that they're going to bring, and be able to just apply it in the run game and pass protection and all those different things. And it poses a different type of challenge because none of the teams that we played have moved as much as they do. But then again, like I said, here's the thing. I don't think that they've played an offense like ours yet either. So, it's the double-edged sword. You can look at one side of what they have, but you have to look at our side. We've been very good at running the ball, passing the ball. So they have to figure out what are they going to give up. Every defense has to give up something to take something away. And so therefore, that's our mission.
Well, Coach Valdez, you have been very articulate and very thorough in your commentary and your assessment, and it looks as if you are prepared for this weekend's battle in Norman, Mississippi, and it sounds like our linemen are ready, and it's just for them to execute and dominate, as Coach has been saying.
Apply pressure, dominating, apply pressure.
Dominating and applying pressure, and you guys are really looking good, and I just want to again commend you and your line, your offensive line for doing such a great job with protecting the QB and opening up holes for our three horsemen, Chalk, Chance, and Elder. You guys have really, really done a great job. Now, before we wrap up, I want to talk about what has it been like as a second-year coach under Coach Hue Jackson? This is his show, his podcast, and I always like to give the audience an assessment of what you all feel about him. How has he blessed you or enhanced you in some type of way? Tell us about your second year with Coach Hue Jackson.
You know what? I really believe that it's a blessing to me because I have an opportunity to learn so much from someone that has so much to give. And I think that, he's a builder of men. His integrity is impeccable. He, in terms of what he's doing with us, and like for myself, I just feel like a sponge. I feel like I've learned so much. Sometimes in this game, I was, I've reached success before I got here, but when I got here, it's like, wow, there's so much to learn. There's so many different ways to see things. Just kind of, I catch myself sometimes, just on the background, just kind of just staring and just kind of soaking as much in as I can in terms of the meticulous attention to detail, in terms of, the planning, the preparation, travel, itineraries, those different things outside of X's and O's, and I think that he's an open door. So whatever it is that you need to know, or whatever you're yearning for knowledge, is just an open door. Come on in, let's talk about it. Family man, a man that really, really loves having family around. Like I said, my grandson comes around as much as possible, and my wife and all that, and family and all that. So it's just a tremendous opportunity for growth. And I think that I'm very fortunate and blessed to be in this position, because no matter what steps God has for me, I think that this is fundamental building blocks that is going to help me along the way, just for a long time.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, you said he's a family man. A lot of people don't know he's a girl dad, but
like
he
me.
has but he has so many sons, not only at Grambling, but throughout the country, who he's coached on the professional level, collegiate level, and even high school. And
I just have one thing. I'm being a South Louisiana fan. I know he's going to see this and somebody's going to tell him. I just, when we win this white championship, and when we win this Celebration Bowl, I just think he owes it to us to eat some crawfish.
Remember last year was the grits, right?
You can tell him I said that.
He probably don't like the way they look like me, because
He's
when I first got
guy.
I was like, "You all eat that?"
Yeah, I look. I'm a New Orleans, South Louisiana guy. I'm at crawfish. I'll take crawfish over anything.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That little piece of meat. I used to have to have my SGA president, who was from Opelousas, to like open it up and stuff, because I was scared of how it looked.
It's not a problem. You get somebody from South Louisiana, we're gonna tear them things up in no time. And
so you want to have a crawfish boil after the Celebration Bowl?
After Celebration Bowl, we have a crawfish boil. They'll probably be out of season, whatnot. But I think that I just, like I said, I just think that I would like to see him go on and just devour a couple of them.
I wish he was on. His face would probably be looking real crazy about now.
Oh yeah, he would. he'll get back at me for saying that. He'll get back at me. I'm opening up Pandora's door for that one. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that.
Yes, I believe you are, because I know he's.
I don't ask for much. That's the only wish. Like I said, once we go on and do what God has destined for us.
We're gonna film him going like this.
I don't think he'll eat it. I don't think he'll do it.
What you all call them, the mud bugs or something like
mud
that?
Mud bugs, call them mud bugs, you call them whatever you want to call them, we call them, and those things are like brown and all that, and after you boil them, they come out pretty red.
Yeah, well, you know what? He may eat the corn and potatoes, but I'm not sure. That may be the closest he gets to eating in the crawfish
Yeah.
foil.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll have the rest, and no worries. I have some.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Well, look, Coach, before I let you go,
okay.
I'm doing the pick one challenge.
Okay.
We have some of the most awesome uniforms. The G-Men just shuts it down throughout the swag. Tell me, what's your favorite uniform combination?
Oh man, I really like the yellow jersey with the black pants.
Oh, you and Chalk, you guys chose that tonight.
This like I said, I don't know. I think like that's just kind of like it speaks to me, and it's historic too, because I remember there's a lot of pictures, from old Grambling days with those. Because the thing about it is you can wear that yellow and black anywhere. You can wear anywhere, because it's not really a home or an away jersey. It's like a neutral one. So, yeah. But I really like that. I like that set. I like that set.
You all look good at LSU in it.
Yeah, yeah. It just brings out colors. It just brings out colors. And
beautiful. I like the all white too. I like everything you all.
Oh yeah,
wear.
I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you the all white is just like that's
clean.
That's a different level right there. Of clean. That's
said he likes the all black. So
I stay with my yellow.
I told you the Grand Reaper, huh? You told me bring death to that receiver.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool too. But something about that yellow and black it talks to me.
It's so beautiful, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, Coach, I've enjoyed speaking with you, and thank you for sitting in for Coach this week. I think he's even giving some of his time on the show for his coaches, and I have really, truly enjoyed you, and I look forward to seeing you at homecoming.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to come down there probably on Thursday, so I'll see you soon.
Okay.
And I'm going to wrap our show up as I always do. It's all good. It's all God. It's all Grambling. Thank you guys for joining us. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, it's Queen Marva. Thank you for joining me on the HueDat Podcast. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace out.
You better known as the G. I'm black and gold down from my head to my feet. You can tell I got that tiger in me. I'm so Gram fam, even Stevie Wonder could see.